This tutorial is brought to you by Squarespace, the best place to build a beautiful website. On December 14th, on December 14th, 2020, Reddit user It's Jonas, which we'll just call Jonas from now on, I like picturing him this way, well, Jonas uploaded this render of shape-shifting glass, which I thought was pretty cool until I started looking down at the comments section. It's shape keys, right under the tab for vertex group. I animated the color nodes and changed the bump. This one's actually done with shape keys, but you're not completely wrong. Yeah, I don't think shape keys are really the smartest way to go about this, especially since this is the exact kind of effect that should be done procedurally, not with all the work of animating shape keys back and forth and worrying about topology. Nah, Jonas, let me show you the proper way to make this.
We're gonna start by adding a curve, fucking solidify, bevel and screw to swerve this render central axis using our rotational symmetry to make a tutorial, so absolutely cringy that.
I don't think I want to continue this way, so I won't. Okay, take two, let's try this again. So we are gonna start by adding in a curve because this way we keep it completely procedural when we add in our screw modifier, of course on the correct axis, making sure to level out one of these handles, and we can treat the screw modifier as rotational segments and the curve as vertical segments. Now we already have a nice way to make a bunch of different shapes just by scaling, moving, rotating, and subdividing in additional curve segments, but Jonas, this geometry is infinitely thin, which means it's gonna render weird, and we can fix this by adding in a solidify modifier for that procedural thickness and also a bevel modifier set to angle just to give this a bit of a lip. And don't you have a bit of a lip on you, Jonas, you sly devil. What was I talking about? Yes, we want to shapeshift between these geometries in a smooth way. Well, because the whole mesh is driven by a single curve, we can use something like the animal add-on to add keyframes to all our curve properties and then, just create a new glass shape, keyframe these again, which will now have our transition baked in, and then you just keep repeating this process, again and again and again. And now we have our glass, which doesn't look like glass because of course we have to create a material for this. And you bet your bippy, I'm gonna show you how to make a glass material just like that. Without using the glass BSDF, I'm gonna show you a method that renders much, much faster. In fact, let's keep that down in the corner while I tell you about the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. And Squarespace is a all-in-one platform for you to build your website without needing to know how to code, without needing to know how to do anything. My website, www.cgmatter.com, come over here, was in fact made with Squarespace. And I just know Squarespace is gonna have some features that you're gonna love, like analytics, so you can track how many people are going to your website, which people those are, because you need to know who your audience is. Additionally, email campaigns, so you can send out your personal or brand message in a very structured and targeted way. And while Squarespace is already affordable at an annual subscription at less than $10 a month, I am about to make that deal so sweet. After you go to Squarespace to try your free trial, you can use my link in the description, that's right, my link in the description, to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. But now, how do we make the glass material? Good question. Okay, so instead of using this glass BSDF setup that takes forever to render, what we are going to do is instead of this, we are just going to use a principled BSDF, which is actually going to end up looking exactly the same. When we set the color to white, we set the transmission to 1, and we bring the roughness all the way down. Looks identical, but it actually turns out that this saves on a bit of render time. Also, if you want to add some distortion or warble to your glass, you can just use a noise texture as the height through a bump node, connect this to the normal, and then of course, you're not going to want this to be as strong, so you just take the strength and keep lowering it until it's something acceptable. And it's probably going to be a super low number when you're happy with it, but this is how you add distortion. Let me try that again. Boom, boom, boom.